We're back once again wearing the same thing I did with the last Sig video because, you know what I'm saying, I'm recording it at the same time back to back to back. So I'm not about to sit here and change clothes just because it's a whole new episode. Y'all know how I do it, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. So anyways, man, on today's episode, we're going to be doing another review of another Sig pistol from my little brother, you know what I'm saying, the one who lent me the other one to review. I'm going to do a quick first impressions of this Sig P320 In 40 cal. That is today's episode. Let's go. Alright, man, so here we are, we're back again, once again, another Sig. It's a Sig takeover in Steelers Strategics, man. My little brother is trying to convert me to Sig, but I ain't having that, bruh. I ain't having that, man. I'm just hooked on Glocks, and I'm hooked on the staccatos, and I just can't learn another weapon system right now, man. So he's all about Sig. He's a Sig fanboy, you know what I'm saying, and that's cool, you know what I'm saying. But I'm already set in my ways. I'm an old dog. You can't teach me any new tricks. Not when it comes to pistols. I don't want to want to learn any new tricks, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, the Sig pistols, man, they're solid pistols, man. I don't have anything negative to say about Sig. This is exactly almost the same specs as the P320 M18 in 9mm, the military version. It's almost exact, it's almost identical. The only difference is this is chambered in 40 cal. So I'm gonna go ahead and break down these specs real quick. Alright, man, you got the Sig P320, caliber 40 cal, barrel length 3.9, model Sig, weight 27.3 ounces, man. For some odd reason, this is a little bit lighter than the M18, and it could be just because it has a little bit longer grip. Hey, I don't understand Sig mathematics, man, but this one is lighter, so even though it's a 40 cal. But anyways, capacity 13 plus 1. So it comes with two 13 plus 1 magazines. That's pretty dope. It's better than having one, you know what I'm saying? I prefer 3. To me, I think the standards in magazines is 3 magazines, man. If you're a gun manufacturer, hey, gun manufacturers, check this out, man. If y'all make guns, bruh, and we come out here and we buy your pistols, man, we expect, we the people, I'm speaking for everybody, I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking for everybody in the gun culture, man. If y'all gonna make guns and charge us several $100s to $1,000 for these guns, at least give us 3 damn magazines. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. But anyways, man, so what do I think about the Sig pistol, man? Like I said, this is almost exactly like the M18, the peanut butter one that I reviewed earlier. So it's almost the same exact spec, so I'm not going to go too much into it. The only difference between this one is this one doesn't have an external safety like the other one. That's the big difference. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I think I kind of like this one without the external safety. Y'all already know how I feel about guns with safety. I'm not a big fan only with certain guns. There's a small 1% of guns out there that make gun safeties, external safeties that I can deal with. Like I said, it's a small percent, so it's not a lot. And Sig is one of them that I'm not a big fan of the external safeties. But what I like about this P320 in 40 cal is that it doesn't have the external safety. So crazy thing is, I don't see a damn trigger safety. So I guess this gun doesn't have no safety except for your finger, man. Your finger's the only safety this gun got, man. So hey, when I carry this, I don't know, man. For personal carry, I would carry this if I carry on the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or shoulder holster, you know, positions. But to appendix carry this, you gotta be a brave boy. You gotta be a brave boy to appendix carry this, man, because there's literally no safeties on this. At least on the Glocks, I have the trigger safety, you know what I'm saying? The trigger safety has to be pressed in order for the striker to, you know what I'm saying, to hit the round and fire. This has zero safety on it other than your finger, man. Your booger pickers, man. Your booger picker is the only safety you got, man. So I mean, I don't know if I would appendix carry this. I personally wouldn't, man. This is just too much. This is just, hey, this is just stressful. Just holding this gun without any type of safety on it is stressing me out right now, man. So I don't know if I want to carry this thing loaded, pointing at my boys and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? The Jules will be over there sweating. They'll be sweating, man. You know what I'm saying? And hey, fellas, you already know, man. hey, take care of your jewels, man. Don't shoot your jewels off, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, would I carry this without a external safety like this, with no type of safety on it? I mean, me personally, you know, man, I just can't see myself carrying this gun with no safety loaded. So the only way I would carry this appendix carry is I wouldn't rack one in the chamber. I wouldn't have one in the head, man. I just wouldn't do it. Not with this one, man, because there's absolutely no safety on there. So there's just, I don't know, man. Me personally, it's just too stressful for me, man. I would not carry this gun appendix style with one in the head. The only way I would carry this appendix styles fully loaded is I would not have one. I would be in an amber status. I would just literally have the magazines loaded in there, and I'll just put the magazine in the mag well, and I would just stick this down in my appendix holster. I would have to practice drawing my weapon, racking it up, racking the around into the chamber, and you know, doing what I gotta do. And then after I do what I gotta do, I'm gonna unload that, unload the gun. I'm gonna pick that round up off the ground, put it in the magazine, put the magazine in there, and I'll stick this back in my holster. I would not carry this with one in the head, man. If you carry this Model 3 Sig 320 in any caliber, 40 cal, 9, 45, 357, whatever caliber you carry this with, man, if you carry this gun with one in the chamber, you're a brave man. You're a brave soul. And hey, more power to you. But me personally, hey, I won't risk it. But this will be a good range gun. Like I said, I wouldn't carry this appendix style. I would carry this with a round in the chamber if I have a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock shoulder type holster. But for appendix carry, this is a big no-no, a big negative, man. Anyways, other than safety aside, let's put safety aside. We're talking about guns, and we're gonna put safety on the side right now. But other than that, it's a good pistol, man. It's good. I haven't shot it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and put some rounds through these things, and then, like I said, just like the M18, I'm gonna come back and give you guys my after action review and how I feel about these pistols, man. So I can't really say much about it. Like I said, it's damn near the exact same as the M18 one that I just reviewed. The only difference, like I said, it doesn't have the external safety, so I'm not gonna waste too much time. But I just want you guys to just go ahead and be on the lookout for these videos. If you haven't checked out the M18, the 50 Shades of Peanut Butter Brown, the P320 M18 version that I reviewed, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, man, so just stay tuned for those range videos, and we'll go ahead, and that way I can give you a good in-depth review of what I feel about these pistols, man. But like I said, just like the other one, it's a good size, it's a good weight. It doesn't feel as heavy as it is. Like I said, for some reason this is a little bit heavier than the Staccato C2. For some reason it doesn't feel heavy. Maybe yeah, I mean, I can feel a little bit of weight in the front, but I'm thinking it's because it's from this little light setup right here. I don't know what brand light my brother put on there, man. I try to tell him, hey man, you gotta get some Streamlights or Surefires, man, because this one just ain't gonna cut it. But I mean, hey, do what you gotta do, man. But the reason why, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the light. I haven't really used it. I never mess with it. It works every time I turn it on and everything. But the reason why I'm real picky about lights on firearms is I don't know what brand this is. I don't know what company it is, so I can't sit here and speak whether it's good or bad or not. I really can't, because I've never messed with it. I've never, you know what I'm saying, I never messed around with them. I never used them, so I can't tell you if it's good or bad. But the reason why I'm real picky about lights on handguns is because when it comes to holsters, like if you try to get a holster with whatever light this is right now, I'm pretty sure there's absolutely zero holsters that this will fit. There might be some one-off company that makes some weird holster that fits this for some reason, but it might not be secure. The gun might actually fit with the light in there, but it's probably going to be wobbly and moving around. It might not be retainable. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big Sig person. I don't have a lot of knowledge on Sig pistols. They used to be my favorite pistols back in the days before I started getting more you know, educated in guns and stuff like that. But there's nothing wrong with Sig. I like their rifle optics, so I mean, and I like their pistols. There's really nothing wrong with it, but it's just the ergonomics of it, just the pistol layout, the feel, the grip angle. It's just not for me. I'm not talking down on Sig at all. They're a really good company. I really like Sigs, but they're just not for me. Just the way how they are, I'm just spoiled to what I'm used to, which is like my Glock style pistols, and now the new 2011 pistols. Those are my things. Like, you know what I'm saying, that's more my cup of tea. So I'm not talking down on Sig. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're not worth it or anything. They're good pistols. They're reliable pistols. They've been in business for God knows how long. But for me personally, Sig is just not my cup of tea. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying? But this is definitely a good pistol. If you want to carry a good 40 cal pistol, it looks good. It feels good. It's not the best looking pistol, but it's not the ugliest pistol, because if you ask me, I think a regular Glock is ugly as shit, and I'm a Glock fanboy. I guess people call me a Glock fanboy, but I think a regular plain Jane Glock just looks just ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Sigs just look better out the box than the Glocks. In order for your Glocks to look pretty, as you can see my Gucci Glock, and you know, you got to do all this custom work to your Glock to make it look pretty, like, you know what I'm saying? And Sigs, you don't have to do all that. Right out the box, Sigs look nice. I like the way they look. I like the looks and the ergonomics of the Sig. They're just not my cup of tea for the way how I train, the way how I shoot, the way how I just, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's just not my thing. So I'm not talking about down a Sig. If you like Sigs and you're a Sig fanboy, hey, kudos to you. I'm not talking down a Sig at all. They're just not for me. Yeah, man, I just can't wait to shoot them to see how they perform. Let me go ahead and see what this trigger feels like. Sig doesn't have the best reputations for triggers, man. So let's see what this 40 cal P320 trigger looks like. All right. There's the, okay, the wall. The wall isn't that bad. It's not that bad to get to the wall. And that trigger feel heavy as hell. All right, let's see what the reset looking like. All right. So this reset, it's not bad. For some reason, I feel like the M18 trigger had like a longer reset. It feels like it was a longer reset to me. It's not, like I said, it's not the greatest resets, man. When you shoot the shadow systems and you shoot the staccato pistols, it's just, any other triggers just doesn't feel the same. So I have a personal bias with the shadow systems and the staccato pistols. So these Sig triggers are not it for me, but they're not bad. It's not a bad trigger. The take up is, I mean, it's kind of a long travel, and I'm not even in front, man. It's kind of a long freaking travel, man. But the take up to the wall is not that bad. The wall is right there. The brake, it feels like this feels like a 4-pound trigger, and that just goes to show how the triggers can make a big difference, the mechanics of the triggers. Because when you look at the shadow systems, I have a 4-pound, I think it's a 4.5-pound trigger. My staccato is a 4-pound trigger, but when you squeeze the triggers, they don't feel like 4 pounds. Like my staccato doesn't feel like the trigger's 4 pounds. And that's just because how smooth and how well built the trigger system is. So the trigger system can make a big difference on how heavy your trigger feel. So Sigs, they have their triggers feeling super duper heavy, man. Like it feels to me, it almost feels like about 4.5-5 pounds to me, man. But I know it's a 4-pound trigger, but it's just, like I said, just how it's built, it just feels like it's more than what it really is. Like I said, one of the first things that I would definitely do is definitely replace and exchange the slide release button. I would definitely put an extended slide stop on there, or slide release. I would definitely the mag release isn't that bad. I think, honestly, I would leave the mag release on the Sig. If this was my pistol, it's not that bad. But if they had an extended one on there, I would still put it on there, just because it's just to make it a little bit more smoother and easier to reload. But honestly, the mag release is not that bad. It's really not. So I mean, you don't have to change out the mag release. Me personally, like I said, the slide release and mag release are always one of the first things that I replace in every gun, almost. I haven't replaced anything on my staccato yet. For my staccato, I do want to replace the slide release, because that shit is in there and I have to release it with like my support hand, and I don't like that. So I want it to be a little bit more extended outward, so it could be easier for me to drop the slide on that. But anyways, that's a whole new video. That's a whole video. Check out the staccato review video to see more in depth about the staccato. I'm not going to try to overshine the Sigs with the staccato or anything, but those will be the first things that I replace, is the slide release. And I will definitely change out the mag release, even though there's nothing wrong with this mag release. It's really not. But I'm just used to having extended mag releases on there, and it just makes it easier to reload and, you know what I'm saying, release the magazine. When it comes to the frame really doesn't need too much work. This grip texture on this one feels a little bit more aggressive. It feels a little bit more aggressive than the M18 version for some reason. I don't know why. And even the gun feels, the frame feels a little bit more solid. And I can't really explain why that is, because I'm pretty sure this is a polymer frame also. But for some reason, this one just feels a little bit more solid than the M18. And what I mean is, like, when I function the slide, it doesn't make that hollow sound that the M18 was making. And I'm not sure exactly, like I said, I'm not exactly sure why that is, but this one just feels a little bit more solid. It feels a little bit more put together, even though it's damn near the same pistol. I don't know what they did differently in the M18 versions, but this one just feels a little bit more solid. This feels like the guns, like the Glock type guns that I'm used to shooting for some reason. And it's weird because it's almost the same pistol, but for some reason it feels different. And unless you're like a gun guy and you handle a lot of different firearms, you might not understand what I'm talking about. But it just, this one just feels a little bit more solid. It feels more like a solid firearms. It feels like it's a little bit more well built for some reason, even though it's probably the same materials as the M18. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the M18 and try to do a side-by-side comparison. All right, so here we are with the M18 and the regular 320 and 40 cal. So this is 9mm, this is 40 cal. And like I said, for some reason, I don't know what it is about it, but even though it's probably the same texture on the grip, it looks like it's the same texture, but for some reason this one just seems, oh man, this one seems a little bit more grippy. And I don't know what the deal is with it. I really can't tell you. I'm trying to look and see the difference, and honestly, with this one, the black one, the 40 cal, this texture look a lot more like my Shadow Systems texture. So, and it feels, it feels a little bit more grippy. So I really don't know what's that about. This one just feels a little bit more plasticky, and I really can't understand what that's about. Watch, let me go ahead and tap this real quick. Listen to this. You hear that? You hear how it sounds like, it sounds solid? Now check this one out for some reason. Check this out. I'm going to take this off real quick. Alright, so check this out. You see that? You hear the difference and how it sounds like. Listen to this one. Hold on, this one's banging up to it. Listen. Now listen to this one. You see how it sounds more hollow, and listen to it. Listen if you can hear like the spring inside making a noise. Listen to it. I don't know if you guys can hear that little high pitch sing sing. And when I do the same thing with this one, I don't know if you can hear it. I hope you guys can pick that up. You hear that? It feels solid. And now listen to this one. You hear that little like high pitched ringing noise? And I don't understand. Like, I don't know what it is about this frame. I really have to look in to see what's the difference, because for some reason this frame feels a little bit more plasticky than this one. And it looks, like I said, it looks like it's the same exact texture, but for some reason this one feels a little bit more plasticky and not as grippy as this one. So I really don't know what's going on with that, but like I said, this one, it feels solid, it sounds solid, and I really can't explain what's the difference. And you know what's crazy also is that this one, the M18 and 9mm, is heavier than this one, but this one feels heavier than this one. So it's all weird. Sig, you see what I'm talking about? Sig, man, they be trying to play mind control, man. They be playing mind games with you, man, because I don't understand how this one is heavier but it feels lighter. This one is lighter but it feels heavier. So, and even when I take off the light, it just feels different. And like I said, this one feels more solid, this one feels more rigid, and you know, it feels more fragile for some reason. And it's crazy because this is the exact one that the military wants. And you know what I'm saying, this is the contract that the military won, and it feels a little bit more cheaply to me. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Hey, it's mil spec. This is why I try to tell people about mil spec. When people hear mil spec, oh, it's military spec, people think that, oh, it's military grade, it's military spec, that means that it's better. That's not necessarily, man. That's not necessarily. Mil spec doesn't mean that it's better, because this is mil spec. This is what the military wanted, and to me, it sounds cheaper and it feels a little bit cheaper than this one, which is the civilian version. So I mean, hey, I can't explain it, man. I'm just trying to bring you guys the content. I'm just trying to educate you guys. I'm just trying to give you guys the knowledge and give you guys my observations, man. But Sig, we need to have a talk, man. I need to have a sit down with somebody from Sig, because I need some answers, man. I'm trying to understand what's the difference with these two frames. If they're both made out of polymer, what type of polymer did you use on this one, and why does this one feel more solid than this one? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's 40 cal. So the polymer is a little bit different to hold up to the 40 cal. Maybe because this one's 9mm, so they feel like the polymer don't have to be as tough, as strong as this one. I don't know, but I don't think that's the case, because at the end of the day, I could swap out the barrel and slide. I could swap out the slides, and I could put this slide, 40 cal slide, on this frame, and I could put this slide, the 9mm frame, on slide on this frame. So I don't think it has to do with the caliber on why the polymer feels different. I don't think it has to do with. I don't think it has anything to do with the caliber. So I'm trying to understand why one feels more solid than the other, and why one feels like more solid quality polymer, and the other one seems like it's a lower quality polymer. So I don't know, Sig. Somebody give me some answers, man. I need somebody from Sig to call me, man. Sig, if you're out there looking at this, man, I need somebody to call me, man. Send me an email. I need some answers, man. But anyways, man, hey, I'm gonna wrap it up for today, man. I'm gonna stop ragging on Sig, man. Hey, I love Sig, man. Hey, if you're a Sig boy out there, and my brother loves Sig, obviously. He got 2 damn Sig pistols, man. You know what I'm saying? So he's a Sig fanboy, and that's all good, man. Hey, it's like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Sig, but I would definitely do some custom work. I would definitely customize and change things out to just make things just a little bit more solid and a little bit more for my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, if you want to get you a Sig, man. I like the M18. I really do like the M18. I just don't understand why the frame feels the way it does. That's my only beef. So I would definitely change out the grip module, change out the frame and everything. I would definitely change that out and get something more solid, more customized. You know what I'm saying? Just to customize a little bit, just to make it a little bit more solid. So I'm pretty sure my little brother's gonna pimp this out. He already got plans for it, man. So like I said, man, I'm not gonna go ahead and stay too long. Oh yeah, another thing real quick before I leave, check this out. So what I like about Sigs too is that even the magazine, so I could take, like I said, the slides are interchangeable. I could take out the slides and the barrels and swap them out, and even the magazines. This is 9mm right here. This is 9mm magazine, and you can stick that in there. You can swap, you can take off this barrel and slide, put this on there, and you can shoot this thing, man. So that's one big plus. That's one gigantic plus in my book, is that you don't have to buy a whole bunch of magazines. This one's for 40 cal and 357 Sig, and they all fit, man. So that's pretty cool. Not a lot of companies do that. So I think that's a big plus, man. But anyways, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the live fire range videos. And once I do that, we're gonna try to record some footage on the range shooting these things. I'm gonna let my little brother shoot the shadow systems, and then I'm gonna let him shoot the staccato C2. I'm gonna see what he thinks. I'm gonna let him see what he thinks is a better damn shooter. If he still thinks the SIGs feels better, does he think the shadow systems feel better, or does he think the staccato C2? So we're gonna find out, man. Y'all already know, man, I love my shadow systems, and my new love is the staccato C2. So I have a biased opinion, but I try to keep it 100 with you guys, man. But anyways, man, that's gonna wrap it up for today, man. See you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys share, make sure you guys subscribe, but most of all, make sure once you subscribe, you turn on the notification bell so you guys get notified every time we drop a new banging video, man. But until next time, be greater than you were yesterday. Always stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Here at Slides Strategics, man, we live to train, and we train to live. That's how Slides out.